In this video, I'm going to show you how to relieve pain around the kneecap in a very easy to follow step-by-step guide. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to go over exercises that are going to help lengthen and more importantly strengthen the main muscles and their tendons that are associated with kneecap pain. That way we can get both quick and long-lasting relief. And to make it really easy, I'm going to break the video up into a step-by-step guide. Each exercise works a little bit differently, but they are meant to work together. I know nobody wants to hear this, but it's one of those videos that you need to do all of the exercises to get the best results. With that being said, let's get started. When I personally get kneecap pain, the first thing that I like to do is a self-reset or mobilization to put it in a better position to get instant relief. The patella or the kneecap essentially is a bone island that sits right in a groove, and it has a whole bunch of tendons that connect to it. These tendons can become tight over time and act like a rubber band, which will pull on this kneecap, making it where it doesn't track correctly in that patellar groove. So here's a really easy way to help loosen things up and hopefully reset its position. So what you're going to do is just have your leg nice and relaxed. I like to put it up on a bed and make sure that my knee is as straight as possible and my muscles around the knee are not engaged. From there, I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to put them right on the back of my knee for support. Take your thumbs and press right off to the side of your kneecap. And what you're going to do is just gently press from one side to the other, kind of like a nice gliding motion. This does not take a lot of force, so just build into it slowly and do this for about 15 to 20 seconds. And during that time, I do progressively try to press in there just a little bit more to try to get more movement, but not to the point where it's causing any discomfort or pain. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels pretty loose, it's moving pretty decently, at that point, I just focus on different movements. So go diagonally with it like this in both directions. You can go up, down. What you're trying to do is find that one certain movement that all of a sudden just feels really tight and achy. Like let's say when I press towards the right, it just really feels like a deep stretch. At that point, keep building into that movement over and over again until it feels like it's nice and loose, or you're not getting any more improvement. Why I really like this one too is because it brings circulation into the area around the kneecap, which will make it a lot easier for you to do everyday activities like walking and going up and down stairs with less pain. But go through all of these movements and really target the ones that are helping you out the most. So after doing the kneecap reset, the next thing that we're going to focus on are strengthening the muscles and the tendons that help support the knee. I'm going to show two different ways. The first one you can do in a chair. It's a little bit easier, but if you want a more challenging route, definitely check out this next one. So let's start in a chair that is nice and sturdy, preferably one without wheels, so we don't want to be sliding around during this exercise. And I also like one that I can grab off to the sides like this for support. So whatever side that we're having more kneecap pain, let's say it's your right side, what we want to do first is just have our heel lifted up on that side and press our leg weight into our toes and kind of curl them into the floor. You should feel the muscles right here start to activate over the calves. Once you feel that, you're going to do a marching motion, lifting this knee up towards the ceiling as much as you can, focusing on activating the muscles above the knee, including the quadriceps. When you can't go any further, hold that for about a second and then lower back down. Tap your toes to the floor and just repeat this about 10 to 15 times. This is really going to help just loosen things up, but also focus on building some strength. And you can definitely do this on both sides if you would like. But after about 10 to 15 repetitions, what we're going to do is take a breather, and then on this next set, we're going to go in the opposite direction. So this time around, we're going to press our heel into the floor, have our toes up towards the ceiling, and then repeat that marching motion. Hits the muscles just a little bit differently. And at this point, you should definitely start to feel those quadriceps start to fire. But go through both of those motions. You may find that one just really feels like it has a lot of weakness to it, or just feels like it's really addressing tightness. At that point, I'd recommend throwing in another set or two and really focusing on the weak links. So next, if you would like to take this one to the next level, this is what you can do. Let's scoot a little bit more towards the edge of the chair and get a very good grip into the sides. Whatever side that you're having the most amount of pain, again, let's say it's your right side, you're going to straighten your leg out as much as you can, and you're going to press your toes away from you like this, kind of like pressing into a gas pedal, until you feel a gentle activation of the muscles below the knee and a little bit above too. Once you feel that, you're going to hold that position, keep that knee straight, and then slowly raise your leg upward as much as you can. You're really going to feel those quadricep muscles start to fire. What I focus on is driving it up to the point where I feel those muscles engage, but it feels like there's a really good amount of activation right here on top of the kneecap. At that point, I try to hold this one for about 3 to 5 seconds, lower, relax for a second, take a breather, and then repeat this one about 5 to 10 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it a little bit more. To challenge yourself, try to throw some more repetitions in. But this is how you can take this one to even the next level. What you want to do is, instead of keeping your foot straight, turn your foot inward like this as much as you can, focusing on trying to move through your shin bone right here. So kind of just rotate it in. When you do this, you should start to feel an activation of soft tissue around that kneecap. So once you feel that around the kneecap, you're going to hold that position and now raise your foot upward like this. I really feel it on the outside right in through here. 3 to 5 second hold, relax, and then turn your foot outward like this. Again, trying to move through your shin bone right here until you feel that activation around the kneecap, and then lift it up towards the ceiling. But do that in all 3 movements, straight, turning it in and outward, for about 5 reps in all directions. And once you find that one position, like turning it out like this, that just feels like it's a little bit more challenging or offering better results, at that point I would try to throw in another set or 2. So one of the best ways to pretty much strengthen everything that helps support the knees and make everyday activities like walking, going up and down stairs, getting out of a chair a little bit easier and less painful is by doing the squat. Here's a really simple variation that you can do called the wall sit. For this one, we just need a smooth wall or a door. Just start off with your whole backside flush against it for support. You're going to put your feet out in front of you and have your feet slightly wider than your hips. And I also like to place all of my body weight onto my heels during this exercise and then just point my toes out slightly, about 5 to 10 degrees. This will help take tension off the knees. From there, what we're going to do is take our hands, put them in a prayer position, and then press them into our chest. Let's then brace our core muscles to help protect the lower back. You know how when somebody pokes you in your stomach, how you tense up? Mimic that and hold it, and also squeeze your glutes. So once we're in position, what we're going to do now is our squatting motion or our sitting motion. So just kind of slide down like this, lowering your butt towards the floor. The more that you go down, the more that you're going to feel the muscles start to engage. You should feel it in the glutes right here, throughout the legs, but more importantly, focus on feeling it going towards the knees. Go to the point where it's a very good but comfortable activation of these muscles, not to the point of pain or discomfort. If you feel that, slide back up, and then you're going to hold this for 3 to 5 seconds. From there, relax, take a breather. On the next repetition, challenge yourself by going down just a little bit more. The more you go down, the more those muscles are going to start to scream. But I like to do this one for about 10 repetitions. But if it feels like you have a little bit more energy, challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. This is just a really good exercise that you can do daily, even during a work break. So if you would like to take this one to the next level, what you can do is then progress into an air squat, which is the same thing. We're just not going to use the support of a wall. So let's get back into our original position just like this. Take our hands, place them right into our chest. And why we're doing this is because it's going to help keep the back straight during this exercise. So try to keep your back nice and straight and then squat down as much as you can. But give that one a try when you're ready to progress to the next level. In the last step, we're going to focus on stretching. Stretching is perfect to do after strengthening exercises to help keep everything loose and also to avoid soreness. But with stretches, you can use them throughout the day anytime that you need quick temporary pain relief. Here's a really good one that's going to help stretch the muscles and tendons around the kneecap. It's called the Cobra with a quad stretch. We're going to start off lying on our stomach on a floor just like this. What you want to do is put your hands off to your side, roughly around the shoulders, and then tuck your elbows in towards your side. From here, we're going to use our arm strength to press our chest and shoulders upward towards the ceiling as much as we can while keeping our hips and pelvis flat. So don't allow them to lift up like this. But the more that you press up, the more that you're going to feel a deep stretch form over the front core muscles that works towards the pelvis, towards the top of the thighs. Really focus on feeling it right on the top of your thighs. This is going to target the hip flexors and the quadriceps muscles and tendons. But I like to build into this one as much as I can. When I can't go any further, I hold this and now take it to the next level by now slowly bending the painful side's knee. So in this case, it's my right side. And I'm just going to take my heel towards my butt. And as you do this, you're going to feel the quadriceps really engage in a very deep stretch that forms all the way towards the kneecap. Really focus on trying to build into this and feel it towards the kneecap. At this point, hold it comfortably for 20 to 30 seconds. Relax, take a breather. On the next repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. I try to do this about 3 to 5 times. And for good measure, I would focus on the other side, throw a couple repetitions in just to help keep everything nice and loose. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.